This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi friends, welcome back to Meteo Mundo. I am Rusty McCranie, and this is your Caribbean and Bahamas forecast for this Wednesday, January the 10th. Hope you've been having a great day. In this forecast video, we'll talk about a really powerful front that has moved through the Bahamas. Still some rain in that area, but a lot of wind across the Caribbean and the Bahamas in general, and the opportunity for some more showers as we roll through the end of the week. So let's get started. Thank you for liking the video. You can see the broad perspective here. This is going to be our visible satellite imagery. Very clear to see that front right across Bermuda and then stretching back into the Bahamas. There's a lot of wind along and ahead of that as well. But the first thing I actually want to start off with right now is the rain that is still moving into the northwest Bahamas on this early Wednesday afternoon. This is the live look from the Miami radar site, and there are still some showers in the area kind of hung up behind the actual front that moved through, and they're moving to the north and to the east. So these showers, which are over Bimini right now in Alistown, will be moving back over Grand Bahama and Abaco as we roll through the remainder of the afternoon hours. So certainly the opportunity for some more rain in that area. Let me put this into motion over the last hour, and you can just see that general movement. Again, they're slow moving, but there's nice little clusters right now, certainly turning up the surf and sea conditions outside, and those showers kind of sneaking on the east side of Grand Bahama, headed back towards Abaco. And again, it's been raining fairly persistently in the Bimini area. Now, these showers do extend back through the Straits of Florida, just south of places like Key Largo and Isla Mirada, and they could certainly sneak over Andros and New Providence and Eleuthera a little bit later in the day. They will probably break up a bit, but there's going to be some showers in those areas here over the next couple of hours here on this Wednesday. Now, one other radar site that we can look at here is going to be for my friends in Puerto Rico. We can switch on over to the San Juan radar site. So let me just click that, and it's going to come on, and you're going to see that we've had at least a few showers over Puerto Rico, and especially just off of the eastern shoreline. Now, these showers are trying to sneak in. They are moving from east to west with our strong easterly breeze. So again, I can put this into motion here real quick, and it'll take just a second for the radar to pick up on that loop. But you can clearly see there's a little bit of rain. Now, it's very spotty in the Virgin Islands right now. There hasn't been a lot of showers for Roadtown and St. John and St. Thomas, and even the islands just off of the east coast of Puerto Rico. But a few showers have snuck their way inland. There's Vega Baja over there right now, Bayamon, a few showers passing your area, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing those names fully correctly. I promise you I'm trying to learn them all. I actually speak Italian. Io parlo italiano per 9 anni. At least I speak some Italian, but I'm reusing that, if you will, to go ahead and relearn some of the Spanish as well. So hopefully that is something I will continue to build upon here as we go through the year. But you can see those showers moving through the far northern sides of Puerto Rico right now, including the San Juan area. And those easterlies will just continue to drive in some of those showers here over the next couple of days, especially later today and for tomorrow as well. Let's get back to the wide satellite imagery for you here. I'm going to throw back on the visible sat, and then I'm going to actually turn on the wind gusts. Those are the temperatures. These are going to be your wind gusts. So what you're seeing right now here, let me just actually get the radar data off real fast, just so we don't have too many things on one map. But what you can see is this is looping over the last 6 hours. Certainly the strongest winds are up in Bermuda as that front is moving through. Really persistent wind gusts over the last 6 hours of right around 40 miles an hour. That's just a really strong tropical storm force wind gust there. Now again, some of the rain over Puerto Rico has dropped in some winds of 20 to 25 miles an hour through the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico itself. Decent little wind gust in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, right around 30 miles an hour as well. And then through portions of the Lesser Antilles, Dominica had a 22 mile an hour wind gust. The winds aren't as fresh as what they were yesterday, but they are still driving in some high surf and sea conditions. As a matter of fact, for Anguilla and Antigua and Barbuda, guess what? You're back under another high surf advisory, 1.5 to 2+ meter surf heights, over 6 feet in some areas, rough surf and sea conditions with these strong easterly winds. Now we can go over to the enhanced satellite imagery for you real quick, and then I'll go over to the upper air data, and you can still see that all the red indicates drier air. So this is relatively dry air, but there's still going to be pockets of rain moving in with that easterly breeze. There's not going to be a lot of shower activity, but it's also not going to be completely dry for the areas that I just mentioned. It does get a little bit drier for Jamaica, even the ABC Islands. You see a little bit brighter red there. And then we can catch a couple of showers in the Cayman Islands. Now, again, there's not as much rain associated with this front now, but there's still going to be the opportunity for some showers in the Bahamas, at least through the remainder of today, and then beginning to dry out a little bit as well. Speaking of that rain, let's get into that real quick. Let me go ahead and switch models. The first thing I want to do here is we're going to take a look at the rain over the next 5 days, and then we'll kind of break down this time frame in certain areas. So going to let this loop up. You'll start to see now, again, there's one front that's kind of fizzling out right now in the Bahamas, but there is another one coming across the United States Southeast that will bring additional potential heavier rain late into the week and into the weekend. Let's start off though with these easterlies in the Lesser Antilles, and you can clearly see this again here. We'll continue to see some showers and some storms across the area. Now again, not going to be a lot in the way of rain in this area, but possibly a little bit here and there. And again, that will just be the trend. I can't say it's going to be completely dry, especially on the eastern facing side of the islands with the strong easterly winds, which will continue to be 20 and 25 knots from time to time. You can see Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, one of those areas where we'll continue to see at least the opportunity for some rain. I think the best chance for rain is actually going to be tomorrow on your Thursday, just a little bit more moisture available there. But again, for St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat and Martinique and St. Lucia and Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada, all with the opportunity for some showers to go along with very fresh easterly winds that will stick around over the next 5 days. There's some moisture for the ABC Islands, not going to be a lot of showers in that region, but again, the opportunity for at least a spotty shower. I mentioned my friends in Jamaica. Again, there's just not going to be a big chance for rain in your area, about a 20% chance each afternoon, but many dry hours and locations. It's also still pretty steamy. You know, daytime highs in this area have been running actually right around 90 degrees in a lot of locations, including Kingston. It's a little bit cooler on the northwest side of the island towards Montego Bay, but maybe only by a degree or two. And it's a relatively dry forecast for Cancun and places like Belize City and Roatan. So if you have travel plans to Cancun, we're looking pretty good. Let's talk about an area that I think is going to see more weather, and that is going to be the Bahamas. Again, more rain moving in as we get towards the weekend. So the showers outside right now, they're going to be fizzling out a bit. Still could see some rain down towards Nassau later in the day, certainly for Grand Bahama. But as our next front comes through, guess what? Here comes more showers. Now, again, the timing of this is going to mainly be late weekend, maybe even into early next week. We'll be monitoring that. It's the 14th here. That's going to have the heaviest shower activity for us here. So kind of Sunday and into the Monday time frame, but we're going to churn up the surf and sea conditions. We're going to get very breezy winds coming in with this as well. As a matter of fact, you see the rain. We'll switch over to the wind gust product and look at this across the entire area, but I'll start off in the Bahamas. And again, relatively lighter winds the next couple of days. We'll get a reprieve in between fronts, but now here come the stronger winds again. And we could again, just like this last front, see some wind gusts of over 40 miles an hour and some fairly persistent winds that will at least be 20 to 30 miles an hour. Those are the yellows that you see, once again favoring the extreme northwest Bahamas here. A good push of wind though, and you can see even more wind kind of develop as that front moves through here as we get into Sunday and into Monday. Not as much wind for the southeast Bahamas and back towards the Turks and Caicos, but for my friends in the Eastern Caribbean and the Lesser Antilles in general, again, over the next 5 days, just a really solid east wind that continues in that 20 knot range, slightly higher from time to time with some gusts. Same thing for Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So really just strong easterly winds, even for this time of the year, to drive in at least some moisture outside. Now, the other story is going to be the seas, the heights and waves that they bring up. So let's take a look at that. Again, on the eastern side of the Lesser Antilles, you're going to see some wave heights that go over 6 to 7 feet, 1.5 to 2+ meters. There will be high surf advisories from time to time, could be even a little bit of tidal surging. I don't expect there to be very much in that, but again, some low-lying areas might want to monitor that on the eastern side of the island. Notice the strong easterly winds will continue across the Caribbean. It's not spelling a lot of rain from the central Caribbean off towards the west right now, but that could change. And again, another powerful system coming in, moving away. That's the first one. And then here again for the Bahamas, as we get into Saturday and Sunday, you're going to see strong winds turning in. So early in the weekend, your winds will be out of the southeast. As we get towards late Saturday and on Sunday, strong northwest winds coming in with that next storm system. So again, that's kind of the big story with that. Now, I mentioned the rain chances here, and there's an area that I want to talk about for my friends in Puerto Rico, for San Juan. Again, very breezy with kind of scattered showers today, 20-30% chance at best. More concentrated for tomorrow, though, a 50% chance for showers, and at least an isolated shower or two possible Saturday and into the weekend. Daytime highs will be running in the lower 80s. Look for fairly persistent east to northeast winds to continue in the San Juan area at around 15 to 20 miles an hour each day. Okay, hey, I updated our social media graphic to include our X channel, our Twitter channel. So again, you can find us through so many areas here across the social media platforms. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on X, Twitter, we're on Facebook, and you can always email us at mymeteomundo@gmail.com as well. So again, we'll be watching for more wind and rain, and you know I've got you updated right here. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you, and I know I'll see you soon right here at Meteo Mundo.